The evidence of a profound physical and cognitive decline is now impossible to ignore. We are watching a visible deterioration, slow unraveling, captured in every public appearance. The recent summit was a stark display, just of geopolitical confusion, but of a person struggling with basic coherence, and it's the small details that tell the most alarming story. Observers have noted concerning discoloration on not one, but both hands. The right hand, which has shown odd pigmentation for some time, now appears to be matched by similar marks on the left. Attempts to conceal it are becoming more obvious. This raises urgent medical questions. What could cause such bilateral presentation? Some medical professionals, speaking on background, suggest a possible explanation lies with repeated intravenous access. Could compromised veins in one limb necessitate switching to the other? The visual evidence, when magnified, hints at puncture, sites at the center of the discoloration. This isn't random speculation, it's forensic observation of available data. Now, let's connect this to a broader, more disturbing pattern. Why would someone at this level potentially require regular infusions? Here's where opinion, protected as free speech, enters the analysis. Certain members of Congress have pointed to specific treatments. For instance, one Alzheimer's medication, lecanemab, is administered via periodic infusions, often through the hand. Known side effects can include cerebral swelling and bleeding. This necessitates consistent neurological monitoring, regular brain scans, which makes the official story about a preventative abdominal MRI so medically peculiar. Specialists confirm there is no standard preventive scan for just the torso. If you were screening proactively, a full body or neurological image would be the protocol. The selective disclosure feels like a deliberate obfuscation. What are they trying to keep from public view? The family history here is deeply relevant. It's a matter of public record that his father suffered from Alzheimer's for years before passing. Relatives have spoken openly about the genetic shadow it casts. One family member recently stated, "I know the warning signs. It runs in the family." The personal fear is palpable, and the observational concern is mounting even within his own circle. Listen to the speech patterns. It's the rambling, the circular logic, the sudden loss of train of thought. During a recent press event, the narrative jumped from election grievances to unrelated anecdotes in a disjointed mess. It wasn't persuasive rhetoric. It was a stream of consciousness lacking an anchor. Then, a bizarre, almost childish interaction with the press about offering them food, framing it as a potential bribe. This is more than quirkiness. It's a sign of eroded social filters. This behavioral shift is noted by those who have documented him for years. A former biographer describes a state of disinhibition, where base impulses are no longer moderated. He compared interactions to dealing with someone under the influence, clarifying it's a cognitive, not chemical, comparison. When those closest to you are privately exchanging codes for moments of acute instability, a crisis is already underway, and the implications aren't confined to a medical chart. They ripple outward with global consequences. Consider recent, confused military actions or strikes in regions with unclear objectives, based on seemingly scrambled intelligence or personal grudges. These decisions risk triggering unpredictable international escalations. We now have a situation where major powers are conducting aggressive military posturing in direct response to these erratic signals. The preconditions for broader conflict are being assembled, piece by piece, by a mind that may not fully grasp the chain of events it's initiating. The machinery of state is being operated with a slipping grip. We must also confront the psychological dimension. The online behavior posting conspiratorial content, attacking allies, promoting messages that contradict his own interest points to a severe break with reality. It's the digital footprint of cognitive fragmentation. Specialists in dementia note that repeated cognitive testing, like the Montreal exam, is not routine for healthy individuals. Frequent retesting is a tool for monitoring progression, not for showcasing fitness. The very act of boasting about passing it repeatedly is, in a clinical sense, a red flag. So where does this leave us? We're witnessing a confluence of visual evidence, behavioral data, historical context, and expert concern. This isn't a political attack. It's a diagnostic puzzle using public source information. The hands, the speech, the memory lapses, the uninhibited outbursts, confused decision-making, they form a constellation that cannot be unseen. The cover-up attempts are themselves a symptom. The refusal to release full medical scans, the implausible explanations, the attacks on journalists asking questions, it all points to a system in protective panic. They know the question is, when will the public demand answers that match the severity of what we're all seeing? Denial is a fragile dam against a tide of evidence. This matters more than any single news cycle. It's about the capacity to govern, to make rational decisions in a crisis, to uphold the basic duties of office. We will continue to follow this story, connecting dots and asking the uncomfortable questions others shy away from. If this analysis resonates with you, if you believe these questions deserve a thorough and fearless investigation, then do this channel a solid, hit the like button and subscribe to Winds of Thought. Your engagement fuels this deep dive work. Let me know in the comments what was the moment that first made you question the official narrative.